Exomologiste to Kyrio te agathos, alleluia.
Otis ton neona to eleos aftu, alleluia.
I read the Jewish scriptures regularly, and I'm telling you now, unless a man's brain is that of a seed, so again, is it possible? Just because he had previous knowledge, does he have a previous education? Does he have a full-on education in them?
Or
Or
you
just
have an
knowledge?
argument that he doesn't?
Or education?
You have an argument that he doesn't?
Well, brother, your hadith has the argument that he doesn't have an education in them. Because if he had an education in them, then he wouldn't have needed to go and master them.
What?
If you have an
Wait,
education,
hold on. So are you saying that somebody's educated in specific subjects that he can't go ahead and master? Are you saying that someone is educated in a subject that he can't go ahead and master it? Okay, so it's possible someone may be educated in a thing and then goes ahead to master it, right? Is that possible? Okay, good. So do we have contemporaries, so Abdullah bin Salam and Zayd bin Thabit, according to the hadith, does it say that they knew the Bible, yes or no? So they knew the Bible, right? So they knew the Old Testament, right? Did they know that?
so yes, he knew the Old Testament.
Good. So contemporaries of Muhammad knew the Old Testament. So when Muhammad edits specific parts of the Old Testament, which is the account of the Exodus, and he knows the Bible, it means
No, you prove it that Muhammad knows the Bible. You prove it that your contemporaries that know the Bible.
If contemporaries know it,
That doesn't mean you know it. He could know something, but it doesn't mean you know it.
if contemporaries know it, and Muhammad is actively relaying information about the previous scriptures.
And wait a second, you
Then-
still haven't proven that this is
Brother,
conscious
are you
edits
okay?
as well.
Are you okay?
What you're doing right now, you're going around, but you haven't actually
Do you want to listen to the argument or not?
Yo, I've heard your argument,
no, you
and
haven't,
your
because
argument's
you
poor.
spoke over me.
Your
Pay
argument's
attention.
poor.
Nice. If contemporaries know it, and the author that's teaching them is actively relaying information about the Old Testament, then it means that he has active knowledge of it because he has access to the people.
Where did it say that he's teaching them?
Zayd bin Thabit is a student of who?
Where does it say that he's teaching
Who do you think
them?
Zayd bin Thabit is?
Zayd bin
Zayd bin
Thabit
Thabit
is
is
what
student
is
of Muhammad.
who learned the recitations of it. No,
Yeah,
but where does it say he's
exactly.
teaching them the Old Testament?
Dude,
Where does it say he's teaching them the Old Testament?
I didn't say he's teaching the Old Testament. I didn't say that. I said he's teaching them and he's actively relaying
But we're
information.
talking about the Old
Brother,
Testament,
let me finish.
though, bro.
He's teaching them and he's actively relaying information about the Old Testament, such as the account of the Exodus.
So prove that.
When the Quran, dude, wait, I'm telling you, such as the Quran saying that the Exodus amount was small. It was it was a few people, while the Exodus says it was a lot of people. Okay, so the author, although has access to these people and they have access to him, he makes that change. So if he makes that change and he has access to people who know the scriptures, then he's doing it consciously because he knows the people that know it.
You're still just making a whole load of jobs.
can you repeat
You're
what I
making a whole load of jobs.
Can you repeat what I said, please?
You said that the guy who knew the scriptures taught the scriptures to Zayd bin Thabit, and he's making conscious efforts to edit the scripture because he knew them already before he transmits it down to Zayd bin Thabit.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So what are you saying then?
I'm saying that he has access to these people that
So
know the Bible.
yeah,
Let me
so he
finish.
knew the scriptures.
Brother, let me finish. He has access to these people, and
I'm trying to make sure I'm
and the
following, that's all.
Okay, but you can wait your turn, and then you can let me know. Simple.
What do
So
you
he
mean
has
wait my
access-
turn? You're not my
because
boss.
we're-
You're not my
it's a
boss.
conversation,
You're not
you
in
know?
charge.
That's
You're
fine.
not in
It's a
charge or
conversation,
nothing.
right?
Just know that you're not in charge, bro.
Okay.
You're not in charge.
He knows the people,
Yeah.
and the people know him. And
So
they
who
acti-
are the people?
And Zayd bin Thabit
No,
and
no,
Abdullah bin
but who
Salam.
are the people that know the scriptures? That they're learning it from?
That's irrelevant.
I'm asking you a question.
That's irrelevant.
I just want to know where your
Does the
Islam is,
hadith
bro. I
say
want to
that-
know where the
does
chain of
the
narration
hadith-
is.
You see how you're jumping around? Does the
I'm
hadith,
asking you a question.
Does the hadith say that Zayd bin Thabit knew
The
Old
hadith's not by
Testament or
authority, bro, so I don't actually
Okay,
care what
you're
it
doing an
says.
internal critique, correct?
I'm not doing. No, you were the one doing
You're
an
exa-
internal critique of
you're-
this.
you're
That's what
examining-
you were
you're
doing. No,
examining-
you're the
you're
one who's
exam-
trying to do an internal critique of this.
You're panicking.
But you're realizing
You're
you don't
panicking.
have any epistemic
Brother,
knowledge
in
for what
order-
you're saying.
What the hell is epistemic knowledge?
Bro, stop asking me what
What the hell
English.
is that?
Bro, Google it.
You don't know.
Google it
That's
if you
not
don't know.
epistemic. Oh my God.
Google it if you don't know.
Epistemology is the study of knowledge. You're saying
Yeah.
knowledge. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
So
no,
stop.
but you.
Stop, bro.
Where's your epistemology for what you're saying?
Okay, I'm literally telling you. Just before we continue.
Brother,
the way-
sit on the bench.
Can you
Yeah.
can
Stay
you
on the
focus
bench.
it?
Stay on the bench,
Just focus.
because you
The way-
already
the
got
way for
fried
you-
last week.
Alright, bro, whatever. The way for you to come to know that there's an argument that arises within Islam, there's going to be a contradiction within the system. You're already granting the system. Because to do an internal critique, is to derive a contradiction within the system being critiqued.
Brother, you're the one who
Brother,
came over
track,
here.
track,
You're the one who came over
please
here
track, brother.
to critique
Please
me
track.
and to critique this.
Brother,
that's what you're the
argument
one who
is-
came over here to
Oh my
critique
days,
this.
your argument.
That's what happened.
You're panicking, brother.
No,
Calm down.
Why do you keep saying
You're
I'm
arguing
panicking?
because you're speaking over
Bro,
me mid-sentence.
no, I'm speaking over
Every
you
time
because you're
you
talking
speak,
rubbish.
I let you speak.
Because you're talking rubbish.
Okay,
That's
I
why
think you're talking rubbish, but I'm still letting you speak.
So what?
So, okay, exactly. So there's a conversation, it's a discussion. You think I'm speaking rubbish? I think
Yeah,
you're
but
speaking
you
rubbish.
chose
so
to
let's
come and
hash it
have
out.
this discussion.
The way to hash it out is for you to do it sensibly. I let you speak, you let me speak. Although we both think we're speaking rubbish. Sounds good? Okay. So the argument I'm trying to make is the Quran confirms the previous scriptures holistically.
I'm not trying to make that argument. The
Oh, so
Quran
you're not
makes that
making an
argument.
So now you're not making an
The
argument.
Quran makes that
Yeah,
argument.
but does the Quran say that therefore it's false, or are you
The
making
Quran,
that?
no, the Quran makes that
Where
argument.
do you
I'm
get-
not making the argument. The
Okay,
Quran
are you
makes
deriving
that
the
argument.
conclusion from your arguments?
No,
Now
I'm
you're just
deriving
jumping
the
around.
conclusion from
Now
what the
you're being
Quran
difficult.
says, brother.
Brother, are you making an argument
I'm
right now or
making
not?
the conclusion from what the
Okay,
Quran
so to
says.
make a conclusion-
You're the one who's got
to
to
make a
prove.
conclusion-
You're the one who's got to prove that it's consciously making
To
edits.
make a conclusion is to
You've
make an
got
argument.
to prove that.
Wait, can there be a conclusion without an
You've got to
argument?
prove it. Prove it.
Answer the question.
Prove
Can
it.
there be a conclusion without an argument?
Prove it.
Prove what? Answer the question. Engage.
No, prove.
Can there be a
Prove
conclusion
that the
without-
claim is false.
Okay, brother, track. You just said you're not making an
that
argument.
the claim is false.
You see, every time I catch you, you
Prove
get
that
caught. You get
the
caught.
claim is false.
Alright.
Because I'm bored.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just
Here-
bored.
here we
bro.
go. Pay attention.
You're saying the same
Pay
thing
attention.
round and round, but you're not making any. You're not got any proof
I
for what
got
you're
you.
saying.
The author of the Quran
Yes.
has access to people that know the scriptures to a good extent.
Like
and
who?
these. Can you let me finish? I'm done trying to entertain your
I'm
jabs.
just asking questions.
And the people.
I'm not making no
such as-
jabs. I'm just asking
Brother,
questions.
now you're just like you're wasting your whole time.
I'm not wasting my own time. I'm not wasting my own time. I'm cool, bro. I'm chilling, bro. I was here before you got
have
here.
access to him. They have access to him, and he has access to them.
Yep.
And while they're interacting with each other,
Yep.
he gives he gives details about the previous scriptures that contradicts what they learned about the scriptures. Okay, so if he's contemporary to them, and they're actively learning under him, it would follow.
So, and how do we know
Yeah.
that any of that information is correct?
Which details specifically? So I can
How
give
do
you
we know that any of
Yeah,
the
which-
as in how do we
Give me the
know?
detail.
How would we know that any of these supposed conscious edits are actually correct? How do we know that?
Wait, it's irrelevant whether or not they're correct or not. You know why?
No, but how do we
Wait,
know?
I'm answering you.
How would-
you asked me a
how
question.
would we know?
You asked me a question. Can you let me finish? It's irrelevant whether or not they're correct or not. What's relevant is whether or not the author challenges something in the Bible that he does not believe is correct. Under that statement, if you can see to that, then it follows that the Quran does not confirm the Bible holistically, and then there's no argument. It doesn't matter whether. Wait, let me finish. It doesn't matter whether or not the information is correct or not. What matters is that if the author knows the Bible and while doing so changes it, then it follows he does not believe the entire Bible is true. So now answer. Does the author have access to people who actively had knowledge of the Old Testament, yes or no?
Well, you haven't proven that yet.
You read the hadith, bro. Does the hadith say that they learned the Jewish scriptures?
Yeah. It
Okay,
says-
so he had
yeah.
access-
So, but that's not the whole Bible,
Okay,
though,
so
is it?
they had, I said Old Testament. So you see how you're not
Yeah,
tracking?
no. But you just
I
said the
just
whole
said
Bible.
Old
You
Testament.
just said the whole
No,
Bible.
I said
Then
Old Testament. You're not tracking.
Okay,
So
cool.
does he have access to people who know the Old Testament to a good extent?
People who you think know the Old Testament to a good extent. You've got no evidence to show me they know the Old Testament to a good extent.
right?
Bro,
You're
I
rejecting the hadith.
told you I don't have to accept the
Okay,
hadith.
good.
I'm not
So
Muslim.
you're-
Why would I have to
okay,
accept the hadith?
So
Like,
just to be clear,
like,
you're
why?
rejecting the primary evidence that I'm providing.
How do you know that that's primary evidence?
Okay, because we
I'm
have-
not doing any critique.
Okay.
No, I'm not doing any critique,
Wait, so
Rayhan.
just to
This
be clear-
guy came up and wanted to
So-
talk to me.
wait,
I didn't even want to talk to him.
so just
I
to
don't
be
even know who this
You
guy
understand.
is.
You
I don't even
understand.
know what your name is,
You
bro. I've
understand.
never even met you
You don't need to
before.
know
This
my
is my
name.
first time seeing
But
you in
wait,
life.
just-
And you came up
So
here.
just to
You
be
came
clear,
up here
if
and
the
you
hadith
wanted to
is
critique the
authentic,
material.
then there's no Islamic dilemma, right?
Pardon me?
If the hadith that I present is authentic and can be verified, then there is no Islamic dilemma.
But bro,
Answer the question.
you can't actually
Answer
verify
the question.
any hadith by my
Alright,
standards.
wait, if it's
But
authentic,
by my standards, you can't
nice,
verify any
nice.
hadith.
Before we-
Like the Islamic
Okay.
standard of
Listen
the
to the-
science of
listen to-
hadith
listen to
is
the
not
condition.
my
Nice.
standards for verification
Amazing.
of anything.
Sounds good.
So you
Listen
can't
to the
actually
question.
verify anything.
Listen to the question.
So it'd be like
Now
trying
you're
to prove
panicking.
that unicorns
Right.
exist
Sounds
because you
good.
can't do that.
Sounds good, amazing.
You can't do
Given
that.
the condition that the hadith is authentic according to your standard, given the condition, would it then follow that there's
Can
no
you
Islamic
take a
dilemma?
step? Can you take a step back, please, man?
Brother, I'm
Can you
two
take
steps
a
away.
step back,
I'm two
please?
steps
Can you
away.
take? Because I don't like the way
you're
your hands in my face.
Now you're just panicking.
No,
Alright, here
I'm
we
not,
go.
I'm not panicking from nothing. I just don't want your hands
Just
in my
listen to the
face.
question. I'm 2 steps
Yeah,
away.
no, it's fine.
If wait,
Bro,
given
I-
wait, just don't
You
give
can
me
stay
any
on the bench, bro.
Given that the hadith is authentic according to your own standards, given that's a given, that is granted.
According to
Would
my
it
own standards.
Your standards.
Why is it my standards?
Because you accept it based on your standard, right?
Wait, based on what standard?
Brother,
Based on what standard?
brother,
Wait, what
listen to the
standard are you
question.
talking about though?
Your
Because
standard-
you're telling me my
Yeah.
standards.
Yeah,
So
your
what are
standard-
my standards?
all my days.
No, tell me what my standards are, because you can't tell me I accept anything based on my standards if you can't tell me what my standards are.
Listen to the
What are
question.
my standards,
Listen to the
firstly?
question.
No, firstly, tell me what my
Brother, stop
standards are.
talking.
No,
You're
no,
panicking.
no, because
You're
you're the
panicking.
one who came here to talk to me.
Given the
So you can't
condition
tell
that
me
the
to stop
hadith is
talking.
authentic according to your standards.
What
would it
standard,
then
bro?
follow- Would it
My
then follow?
gosh, bro.
Brother,
How can we have a conversation if
brother,
you don't
stop.
even know what
I
standard
got
you're talking about?
Because you said that you're not accepting the evidence that I'm giving based on the fact that the hadith can't be verified according to your standards. Now let me finish. So I said, okay, before we jump into what your standard is and whether or not it's epistemically justified, before we jump into that, I need to know whether or not, based on the fact that it is granted to be authentic, that then the Islamic dilemma wouldn't follow. Because when we then go into your standard and I prove to you that the hadith is authentic according to your standard, you don't go back and backtrack and say, well, oh no, it was my standard, but now I'm changing it. So now, before we get into your standard, I need to know, granted your standard, if the hadith matches that standard, would you agree that then there is no Islamic dilemma?
Well, I wouldn't agree that there's no Islamic dilemma. I'd say that there's no Islamic dilemma maybe for a Sunni Muslim who accepts all of the hadith, but Quranically, the Quran has a complete internal dilemma. The Quran has
For Sunni Muslims, there's no Islamic dilemma, right?
Pardon me?
For Sunni Muslims, there is no Islamic dilemma, right?
But that's because you don't even know the hadith standard, bro. Your hadiths can't even be verified, bro. Your hadith can't even be verified. Why are you running? Why are you running? No, I'm saying based on someone with your, man's like GG's. This guy's man. You're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. He's a joke. You're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. You're a joke, man. He's not a joke, man.
Are you guys Christian?
Yeah.
What are you?
Where are you?
What am I? I'm just a guy.
And that's what we are. Just guys.
I'm just making it up as I go along. What about you guys?
Good for you, bro.
I went to church in the morning. I felt enlightened by God. Give a bit of treatment.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You okay for me to ask you a question? You okay for me to ask you a question, or are you scared? Are you scared? You okay for me to ask you a question, or are you scared? Are you scared? You scared to answer a question?
Get away from me.
Are you scared to answer a question? Yo, you're running away. He's running away. He's running away. He's running away.
You don't have that in Saudi Arabia, do you?
You don't want to talk. What? You don't want to ask. You don't want to answer a question. What? You running away as well?
Took in.
But you man all running away.
Hold on. So you got Bengali, we got Somali. I don't know what.
Rayhan, you don't want to talk as well?
Where is he?
You want to talk?
Me, I'm black.
You don't have to talk. Let's come.
You know the rules of engagement.
I don't.
Epistemic knowledge.
No. Why are you laughing about it? Where's your evidence? Where's your evidence, bro?
Try and speak according to your level.
I do speak.
Okay, his
according to my
way
level.
is different to yours.
And that's
but
cool.
speak according to your level.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, he's trying to violate you.
What do you mean?
Epistemic knowledge. Come on.
No. Why can't you have an argument? Come.
Making the word mistake.
All due respect, I had a nice conversation, but you know,
Yeah, no.
you don't know the rules of
No,
engagement.
He's not calling anyone, he's calling fuck all.
Last week you said I could ask you a question this week.
I know, but speak
So,
according to your
but
level.
is it
of
okay if I ask you a
understanding.
question this week?
No, because I see
Why
that
not?
you're not sincere.
Wait.
You don't know the
But
rules of engagement.
wait, we had a good question. We had a good conversation last week.
I want to preserve his reputation.
Wait. We had a good question. We had a good conversation
No.
last week.
I
Why
know,
don't you want to talk
but
this week?
until I realise that you don't know how arguments work.
What do
So
you
I'm
mean by
wasting my
that?
time. There's a grounding problem.
What are you talking about?
Epistemic knowledge.
What? Because I made a mistake with words.
If you're making
Because
statements,
I made a mistake with
if you're
words.
making statements that you don't know what you're talking
Because
about,
I made a word mistake, you're wasting your time.
No, but you're trying to be smart.
I'm not trying to be smart.
Speak according to your level of understanding.
Okay.
Okay, just because nobody knows what epistemic means doesn't mean that this person's not smart.
I never-
But you should
I
speak-
never-
but you
I
should-
never-
wait,
I
one
never-
second.
I never said
Speak according to your level of understanding of vocabulary.
So,
But you say epistemic knowledge and trying to be smart.
No.
Doesn't work. Sorry.
What? So what? Because I made a word mistake. You don't
No,
want to talk.
because everything that you're going to say is meaningless. I don't know what you're trying to say.
What, so you don't
I
want
don't know
to?
what
So
you
you
mean
don't
when
want?
you say
So you don't?
epistemic
So you
knowledge.
don't want to have a conversation?
No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Even though we had a conversation last week, even though you're on camera last week
but
saying
alhamdulillah,
saying
the
we
brother
can have a
here-
conversation this week.
The brother here demonstrated that you don't know how rules of engagement
So
work. You don't know how arguments operate. You don't know how
so
it
my
works.
boy don't want to be asked no questions. He wants to run away.
Brother,
So you
don't know the rules of
want to run
engagement.
away.
Epistemic
4K.
knowledge.
What is epistemic knowledge? If you tell me that, I'll debate you. If you tell me what epistemic knowledge is, I'll debate
He
you.
doesn't know what epistemic knowledge is.
Right, that's nonsense. Epistemic
No, let's not be patronizing. I'm just saying to you, speak according to your level of vocabulary.
Epistemic knowledge is the knowledge of knowledge,
It's no
right?
problem. If you don't know what epistemology means, it's no problem.
Because epistemology is the study of how you get your knowledge from somewhere.
One second.
Like, brother, it's easy. Brother, you shouldn't.
I have my own style. I have my own style of speech. Okay, I have impediment issues. I have learning difficulties.
Okay.
And I'm not ashamed of saying that.
Yeah.
If I'm using terms that I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll never use.
If I use the word wrong, that's okay.
Right,
That's fine. And that's fine.
Right, I'm just saying, speak according to your level of
Okay,
understanding.
cool. But how does that stop us from having another
Because you're
conversation?
trying to be smart with him.
No, but how does that stop
If you
me
don't
and
know
you
how epistemology means,
how
don't
does
say
that
it
stop
then.
me and you from having a
Okay,
conversation now?
let me ask you this question, brother.
I'm
If
asking
nobody
you.
knows what epistemology means, does that mean this person is idiot?
I never said
Doesn't
anyone.
mean that.
I never said anyone was an idiot.
So why are you trying to?
Did I call anyone an
Why are
idiot?
you trying to be
Did I do
smart
that? Did I
by
do
saying
that?
epistemic knowledge? Why didn't you be humble and say what does epistemology mean?
Yeah.
But you didn't.
I use the
And that
word
doesn't
wrong.
show that you're
Just because I use
honest.
what? Because you use
show
the
that
word
you're
wrong. You're not
You don't have
honest.
rules of engagement with words. Yeah, I know.
Wrap it up. Next time, when you print something, make sure it's
Brother,
correct.
I didn't print that. I didn't print that. I didn't make that.
But you're still.
I didn't make
there.
I didn't make that. So I don't. So whatever you're saying isn't aimed at me. Brother, you're the one who's running away from a conversation right now. You're the one who's running away from a conversation. You're the one who's running away. I haven't conceded nothing to you,
I'm
bro.
so running right now.
You're running away from the conversation.
Okay, let's see how honest you are. Didn't you say that according to Sunni Muslims that hadith proves there's no Islamic dilemma? Did you say that or no?
I said yeah, according to that hadith, yeah, that would be there.
Thank you. You just conceded. You conceded it.
You better joke, man. You man don't want to be questioned, but you want to ask questions. You don't want to be questioned, but you might want to ask questions. You want to come up and try and act like you're the bullies or something, but you don't.
That's a Muslim topic.
But,
That's literally a Muslim topic. Muslim shuffle. What do you mean you don't want to question? That's a Muslim topic.
what the Muslim shuffle?
No, that's an
What the Muslim shuffle?
That's an Islamic topic.
Islamic shuffle.
You said
Is that what you lot are doing
You
now?
said they don't want to be questioned. That's a Muslim topic. They were defending the Muslim position.
Brother. Brother.
They're literally being questioned.
Brother. You need to go back and figure out whether or not time is created or uncreated.
Does your God exist today?
What are you thinking about? Brother, you think time is uncreated, so like that's you're already horrible. What? None of you don't want to. So nobody wants to chat. Nobody wants to chat.
I'm so scared of you,
Bro,
I'm terrified.
Bro, keep running, fam. Keep running.
Wait, you want me to get on camera me saying I'm scared so you can just like have your own thing?
Bro,
Like I can give you that if you want.
bro.
Or you can see it on camera. I'm not afraid of what things It's
honestly
okay, we
say.
get it. You're trying to have a get back.
I'm not,
You can see
bro.
it's fine.
There's no need for no get back, bro. I just want to ask you a question now. You ask me a question, I want to ask you a question. Yeah.